Video from Decoy Voice. Charlie Kirk gets the cops involved. I saw this. I saw a snippet of it on X, but I actually immediately clicked off because I wanted to watch it with you guys. So here we go.
I was just walking, and then I see this truck full of...
I am my ancestors' wildest dream.
MAGA apparel, everything, you know. They drove past me, and they were like, bend over.
So they said the N-word on campus to you.
Well, yes. Next instance.
Wait, how many times? Wait.
I was just walking, and then I see this truck full of 4 white men pass by me.
Okay.
MAGA apparel, everything, you know.
Of course, yeah. They had. This is MAGA country, right? Yeah.
Me, and they were like.
The funny, you know what's hilarious? Actually, every single time they do this, like someone on the left like makes some kind of joke about like MAGA, it always gets turned into like the next thing. So like, how do I explain it? So like, for instance, they said ultra MAGA, and then everyone was like, yeah, I like that. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm ultra MAGA. That's right. Like, they use it as like an insult. Like, yeah, you guys are a bunch of ultra MAGA. And then like people start actually using ultra MAGA as like an actual thing. And then another one was the Great MAGA King. Like people started saying that like just as a joke. And then this is MAGA country. So like I've actually seen people have flags. Like in my neighborhood, they have a flag on a flagpole that says, this is MAGA country. It's like, dude, like people actually started using it as like actual, like, yeah, that's me. Totally me.
Bend over.
So they said the N-word on campus to you.
Well, yes. Next instance, they threatened to rape me and then just drove off.
Hold on. So a bunch of Trump guys who are largely white heterosexual males then also threatened to rape you?
Uh-oh.
Different group of people, but yes.
All in one night?
All in one night, sir.
I think you're making this up.
Wait, so like multiple people did this? In like one night?
These are very serious claims this guy's making.
Yeah, they are,
and I
Decoy.
wouldn't want to make fun of anybody that went through that. But just
Yeah.
like Charlie Kirk, I don't think a single one of these accusations actually occurred. As the more Charlie challenges his claims,
Didn't Jesse Smollett still say that it happened? Didn't he like double, triple, quadruple down on it? He still says that it's real, right? Even though like in court they found them to be bullshit. Yeah.
the more fabricated his story sounds. As this all began when Charlie went to the University of Tennessee to speak with the students, until he encountered this guy.
I was hate crime 5 times in one night, okay?
They were hate crimed 5 times in one night?
3 of them by Trump supporters.
What happened to you?
I was just walking, and then I see this truck full of 4 white men pass by me. MAGA apparel, everything, you know. And then...
Did they say this is MAGA country?
Oh my god.
Anyways,
I think it's very telling if someone shares a traumatic experience, but is immediately met with comparisons to the worst race hoax of our lifetime, and their reaction isn't anger, it's nothing. They either have incredibly thick skin or are lying. I wonder which one this will turn out to be.
They drove past me and they were like, "F you, bend over."
Okay, so they said the N-word on campus to you.
Well, yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what happened to them when you reported them?
I didn't report them.
Oh, really? Okay. So maybe it didn't happen.
Okay. Anyway.
I think if this thing happens, it's the same thing with like SA too. You should just report it, right? I mean, just report it. Like,
Anyways,
I don't believe you.
Anyways, next instance, they threatened to rape me and then just drove off.
Hold on. So a bunch of Trump guys.
like there needs to be justice in those cases. Like if that happens, then you should report it so that we can like actually do something about it, because it's obviously a bad thing. Like if SA happens or like this kind of harassment happens, and you know they threaten to kill you or whatnot, like obviously, I mean in the case of Jussie Smollett, like if they beat the shit out of him and they put a noose around his neck and then threw bleach on him, then yeah, we should find out what happened. Like I'm interested in actually prosecuting those people that did it. Right? Yeah.
Guys who are largely white heterosexual males then also threatened to rape you?
Different group of people, but yes.
All in one night?
All in one night, sir.
I think you're making this up.
Okay, that's fine.
because now we're talking about crimes. Threatening to rape you is an intent of a crime. Did you go to the police? You file a police report? You hire an attorney? You sue the school?
But
why?
I'm not going to argue with you.
No, but you're coming in front of
experiences.
2,000 people to say it. Why did you not go to the university and say this happened?
Okay, because how would I report them?
Anyone. There's hotlines all over this campus. You guys have nothing but, like, if something happens to you, I think you're making this up. I think you're doing this to try to make a point.
Well, also you have, like, everyone has cell phones, so you could record it or you could call the police, like, right away because you have cell phones. I mean, I find it very hard to believe that, like, a person that goes to university doesn't have a cell phone.
Okay.
I don't think there's any evidence.
I can promise you, God as my witness, I am not. Anyways.
Now, one thing I'll point out is I can understand why someone would not report the crime.
Yeah, that too. That is true.
I've talked about it before, but a long time ago, some guys tried to rob me in the street, but I was able to successfully keep my belongings. And I do remember initially being shaken up and not wanting to file a report with the police, just to relive the incident with the detective, retelling it to the DA, then potentially testifying to it in front of a courtroom. It was just something I was eager to forget, until someone told me, yeah, but what about the next victim? You've seen their face, you've actually got their license plate, you should report this. To which I did, and to LAPD's credit, they actually found the whole crew quite quickly. And when they were snitching on each other, they openly admitted to specifically targeting Asian people, as they perceived us as softer targets. So
Damn.
when you got a guy like this student here, sharing his story,
We need to start carrying, like, fucking katanas again, dude. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you start carrying that shit again. People take us more seriously.
stories of horrendous crimes that occurred on campus. You would think if he's willing to share it with Charlie and thousands of his classmates, he would have no issues sharing it with—
Yeah, like roof Koreans. Yeah, I mean, if, you know, I don't know, like, freaking, I don't know, I guess if you're from China, like, you become like a fucking Shaolin monk. If you're from Japan, you carry around a katana. Korea, you got Taekwondo. If you're from the Philippines, you carry some sticks. Those, you know, the sticks that they do. I don't know what it's called. They have, like, these sticks and they do badass maneuvers.
with law enforcement, if for nothing else but to save the next victim.
Yeah, there's like a Filipino martial art around sticks, and they just beat the shit out of you with sticks.
Looks like him. Unless, like Charlie suggests, he's not there to stop heinous crimes, he's just trying to shame conservatives.
Let's do this. I'm going to show you the university official.
Oh yeah, that too. Butterfly knives and karambits.
So why don't you go file a Department of Education complaint, and let's find these
It's called Arnis.
terrible people that did this to you. We'll be able to look at security camera footage, and we'll see.
Okay, I'll think about that.
But you didn't do that,
Can I
though.
try to finish?
You'll think about it. Hold on. Why wouldn't you want to do that immediately?
Can I talk? Anyways, I feel like every time I step foot on this campus, I have a wall of vitriol and hate at my back. So y'all need to clock them. And I hate overgeneralizing, but I'm not gonna say all Trump supporters are racist, but a good amount. Anyways.
This is just what happens when the demand for
I don't want to say that all the Trump supporters are racist, but they're all racist.
racism exceeds the supply. And combine that with the culture of championing victimhood, you'll have people that blatantly make up stories like this because modern day liberalism incentivizes it.
It does.
My question to you.
It really does. It really gets you like a lot of power and like in a lot of. I talked about this before.
Is if you had one message to say to these people with the hate in their hearts, what would you tell them?
I would tell you to stop lying.
What would you tell them? Not to me.
No, honestly, I think you're Jussie Smollett at this campus. I think you're completely making this whole thing up. I will bring this to Linda McMahon, the head of the Department of Education, the federal government. I will make sure these people are arrested by Kash Patel, the head of the FBI. Will you do?
I mean, there you go. Dang, you got the in. You got the in. This is free.
That's really cute, Charlie, but I'm trying to give you the opportunity to alleviate hate within this group of people.
No, also wait, like it's a campus, right? Isn't there like fucking cameras everywhere? They can easily catch these guys.
And there it is. If this really happened and he had the opportunity to get a direct line to the head of the FBI to charge these
Oxide says, what Department of Education?
angry MAGA men with a hate crime, that's the best way Charlie Kirk can assist you. But if the only objective he has is to make Charlie shame Trump supporters, I 100% don't believe a single claim that guy is making.
because you just came in front of 2,000 people, and we're going to go bring in the police, we'll bring in the FBI, because what you just said is unacceptable. This is going to become a very big issue. We're going to put this on social media, because nowhere in America should you be allowed to go in front of a microphone with no evidence, no willingness to report, no likelihood to talk to police and say, oh, this happened to be at night, and ruin the reputation of half the country.
That's true. That's true. It's a very big claim. It's a very big claim of a heinous crime, and it should be investigated. If that's the case. And if you're not willing to if you're willing to go, okay, here's the thing. Okay, guys, here's the thing. If you're gonna use the argument like, oh, I don't want to relive my trauma, then why would you go up in front of people and then actually make this a big deal? So obviously you care about it enough to actually talk about it. So why don't we actually get the problem solved then?
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You'll be hearing from a lot of institutions, and if you did indeed lie, you will be civilly liable for smearing this university publicly for a very big number. We'll find out if you're telling the truth.
As nobody on
I hope they actually do look into it. Wait, did they? They better follow up on this. I think equally, as much as this person needs to follow up on the crime like that happening, other people need to follow up on this being a lie if it's actually a lie. Follow up on it. They can't just keep letting people do this.
This guy's story, and basically anywhere you see this reposted is the same. And I really hope Kirk can finally confirm whether or not this actually occurred, as apparently hate hoaxes on college campuses is becoming a growing trend.
They need to actually look into what happened here and make an example out of them if they're lying. 100%. They need to get this person, actually find out what happened, and because this is a very serious allegation.
Which is absolutely disgusting, as these crimes do occur, but every time someone makes one up for either political reasons or just for attention, it only promotes skepticism to anybody that actually experienced these. But why is this a growing problem? Because apparently there's no real punishment for it, as the most famous instance of this is Jussie Smollett, who apparently had his conviction overturned, as a PBS article for some reason had to include his identity in the article. So when attempting this, best case scenario, you gain fame and fortune from your fellow liberals. Worst case, nothing.
Yeah, it's just if you don't have any consequences for these kind of things, then what is to stop people from doing it?
Well, thank you. Hope you have a good lawyer. Thank you.
Dude, Charlie, you better go after this, dude.
And I want you to understand the implications of this. No one has had the stones to stand up to this stuff for years past. And so many innocent people have been drugged into this crap, saying that all the white people are coming after me.
Yep.
I don't believe it. It's
they create this really disgusting. So not only are they doing this for their own benefit, right? People that hoax this kind of stuff, and as you saw, there are proven cases of there being hoaxes of this happening, right? So whether or not this specific case is a hoax, I don't know. As to that, I mean, it's possible that it is true, but there have been hoaxes previously, and those are confirmed, right? The problem with that is not only does this paint an entire segment of society as evil people, not only that, it brews a lot of hatred amongst everybody, right? Because then it also affects people on the other side. Because say that you're a gay person, and all you hear about is these people threatened to beat me up and to kill me because I'm gay. And then now you're creating a sense of fear in the gay community that doesn't really exist. It's a phantom fear that you're creating for your own benefit. So again, not only are you smearing an entire set of society for your benefit, you're also negatively impacting the communities that you say you care about with your lies, all for your own benefit. Just the amount of negativity that this creates is actually crazy for only such a small benefit for one person.
It's wrong, and we're putting an end to it.
And that's why I think Charlie Kirk is the most important commentator in politics today. Not only because he goes to college campuses to have rational, long-form discussions with the students, proving how shallow their arguments are.
And the thing is shouldn't everyone be behind this? I don't understand. What can you possibly disagree with here? What could you possibly disagree with? If you think that the sexism, the homophobia, the racism is bad, then don't you want it to be prosecuted? I know I do. You gotta be out of your mind to think that someone out there doesn't want you dead because you're different. Yeah, I mean, who made that argument, Crimbo? Yeah, there's plenty of people that do that. I mean, there's plenty of people in the Congo right now that want to kill me for that. They want to kill Christians in the Congo. Yeah, obviously throughout the world, there's people like that. But what we're talking about is like, how prevalent is it, and how much does it affect the average person? Obviously, again, this is something that everybody should be. This should be just this should be bipartisan. If there is indeed an issue with gay people, being threatened, their lives threatened, everybody should be on board with finding who these people are and making them feel the full extent of the law.
What is there to disagree with? Points, and how they don't hate conservatives and Charlie Kirk. They hate what they've been told about
Delta Prime VT asks, why even do this? What's the point of being an eternal victim? Because it's because there are benefits to it in society. So social benefits within certain subsets of society for being a victim. And again, I talked about this before. Like I've seen this coming out of like Tumblr like a long time ago, where the more victim points you have, the more clout you have in the community. And that's really what it is. It's clout. It's societal buffs. Exactly. You can say like, well, I'm a victim, so you should shut up and listen to me. Right? Yeah.
Conservatives and
this is obviously the case, that there are buffs to having this. And again, everybody knows it. Like, let's not pretend that that's not the case.
Charlie Kirk. But most importantly, with
Crimbo says some people do hang on to being a victim and make it their identity. Yes. And that's what I'm saying is like, can we agree that if these people are being victimized, let's fucking find who did it. Let's find who did it, and let's prosecute them to the fullest extent that we could possibly. Let's make an example out of them, actually. Right? Yeah.
He's either going to help
100%.
prosecute a group of racists and keep them off the streets, or more likely, he's going to punish those who would make up stories in order to slander Trump supporters. As harsh consequences is the only thing that
they should do that too. They should go after people that make this shit up. Because again, like I said, they're negatively impacting not only the people that they're accusing, but also their own communities by spreading fear that doesn't exist.
Can stop this nonsense. But if you appreciate my concise, light-hearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on what happens when anti-Elon protesters meet reality.
It's another good one by Decoy Voice. I'll link it to you guys. Man, yeah, they just need to find this person. I really hope Charlie actually follows up on this. I don't know if he will, but he should. He should follow up on this and actually make an example of the people who did this to this person, or that person if they're lying. Either or, action needs to be taken, in my opinion.